Welcome to Learning Python, Episode 1. In this tutorial, we're going to learn about what is a programming language and what is Python. Alright, so here we're going to learn, what is a programming language, what is Python, why we're using Python, and how to download Python. Alright, so first, what is a programming language? So a programming language is a set of instructions that allow programmers to create software and applications by telling computers what to do. So let's say, in English, you tell a computer, hey, add 2 numbers. It's not going to know how to do that. So you have to use a programming language, tell, what you want it to do. So we have a quote here, programming isn't about what you know, it's about what you can figure out. Alright, so we have 2 important concepts here. So what do computers understand? So they understand something called machine language. It's made up of binary numbers that represent data and instructions. But so they can understand this, so why do we need programming languages? So we can't understand machine language. It's really complicated. If you searched it up, you wouldn't understand anything. But humans can understand machine language and computers can't understand English. So we need to create a bridge in between those so the machine can understand and the human can understand. So that's why we need programming languages. So how do they work? So they use something called a compiler. So a compiler is a program that's, with the language that translates the source code that you wrote into a machine readable language. So I took this little snippet off the internet here. It's a sorting function. So essentially what it does is that the programming language takes this code, uses a compiler to convert it to machine code, and it's sent to the computer where the process can be ran. Alright, now we're going to learn about what is Python. So what is it? So it's one of the most easiest, simplest, and versatile languages in the entire world. It's really popular and it's also very versatile. You can use it for a variety of things. Alright, so now we have another quote, and this is the Zen of Python, sort of what Python is. It's simple is better than complex is better than complicated, flat is better than nested, sparse is better than dense. And all you really have to understand here is that Python prioritizes simplicity rather than complexity like in other languages. Alright, so how does Python work? So this is going to be a little complicated, but if you don't pick everything up, that should be fine. So Python works by taking human readable code and converts it into an intermediate bytecode format, and executes that line by line using an interpreter. So essentially what that means is that, Python is a high-level language, meaning that it's really similar to, human language. So if you convert that directly into machine language, it's really inefficient. So Python uses an intermediate, so it converts into bytecode, which is a machine language, but also isn't the original source code. And it does that line by line, and then afterwards, it compiles each of those individual lines. Alright, so number 3, why do we use Python in this tutorial? So essentially 3 main things. It's easy, popular, and it's versatile. It's easy. It's considered a programming language that's very, very, very similar to English. Well, not very, but it's similar. So it's one of the easier languages to learn. Next, it's popular. It is probably the most popular language in the world right now. And lastly, which is also most importantly, it's versatile. You can use it for so many things. I personally use it for data science and AI, but you can use it for software engineering and essentially many, many things that are just unlimited. Alright, so I have a little comparison right here. You can see it's a calculator. So this is a calculator in Python, and we're going to look at another code snippet that's also a calculator in C++. C++ is a different language. It's a lot older and considered a lot more difficult. So here it is. So you can see it's pretty long. It's pretty hard to understand. And if you just go back here, look at Python. It's just so much more simple. It looks so much easier to comprehend. You got 2 inputs right here. You have an operation. Depending on what that operation is, you just print a result. C++, it's pretty hard to see what's going on here for just a person who's new to coding, which is what just makes Python just so good to start out with. Alright, 4, we're going to download Python. Alright, so there's 3 easy steps. I'm going to lead you through them, but it's really easy. Just go to python.org, you download the installer, and you complete the installation process. So let's just check that out. Okay, so what you're going to do first is you're going to go to python.org. Okay, what you're going to go here, you're going to click on downloads, and you're going to download the latest version. I'm currently on Windows. If you have Mac OS or Linux, you just click on that, whatever operating system you're on. We're going to download it. We're going to download the installer here. We're going to wait for that to finish. It is done. I'm going to click on it. Alright, so it's going to take us to this. Don't worry, it's pretty simple. So you want to use admin privileges when installing it so you can install everything. And this is very important. You want to add it to the path. Essentially what that means is that when you run a program, you don't have to specify, where that program is in the operating system. It's really easy. It just makes it a lot easier. Just click that. Alright, we're going to install that, and we're going to wait for it to finish. Alright, so now our start setup was successful, so let's close this, and now check if we successfully installed Python. So we're going to go here, We search for a command prompt or whatever, thing you have for your own operating system, and we can type in Python. Alright, so now if you see this, then Python successfully downloaded. You could try a little code here. We'll just do print. Then we'll put 2 brackets here. Hello world. You can see that it works. Alright, so that's going to be it for this tutorial. In the next episode, we can learn how to download VS Code so we can start coding in Python. That's it. Goodbye.